You just won $20 million and your parents ask you for half. What would you say? I would laugh so hard. My dad was an abusive asshole and my mom was an abusive narcissist. I wouldn't give them a penny even if I had $1 trillion. I'd be the most generous, philanthropic person in existence to everyone but them. They wouldn't even need to ask. If I won $20 million, my first priority would be making sure that they were set for the rest of their lives. If I won $20 million, my parents would never know. That's not to say I wouldn't take care of them, but I'd never tell them how much. Of course, my parents have done so much for me and have never asked me for anything in return. I also know they'd never ask, but I'd give it to them anyway. My parents would never even know I'd won that much money, because they'd both beg for it, I am sure, and I sure as fuck ain't giving them half. Look, when my grandmother died myself, and my siblings had an inheritance of $5,000 each that I never learned about until I was an adult. My parents spent it, along with selling any items from the inheritance we got because we were in a really shitty place due to their poor life decisions. I don't entirely blame them for doing it, but, that was our money. My grandfather on a different side of the family literally just died a few weeks ago. The same thing is about to happen again with all the still minor siblings. I'm willing to bet you money my mother won't even help them buy a car or anything like that. Point is, I know my parents could piss away $10 million so fast. Further, they fucked me over pretty hard during my childhood, even beyond the inheritance. They ain't getting a fucking penny from me. I'd put half of the money away for my siblings in whatever the best stocks, interest-bearing trust fund, etc., a financial advisor can get me. And my minor siblings will have access to that money through me anytime they need it as minors. And when they're adults, their trust fund is stock, whatever the fuck will be signed over to them in the way that won't fuck them over on taxes. What's your most shallow dating requirement? The person's name shouldn't be the same with my dad. Too weird. I'm not saying they have to hook up on the first date, but I'm not dating anyone waiting for marriage to have sex. Yes, can't date a woman that doesn't treat sex as a normal thing. Also, can't date a woman that uses sex as currency. I know you also like to do this. Stop pretending it's a prize for me. Personally, I need a man to have a six-pack. I have a six-pack. It's kept very well insulated, but it's in there. You've just eliminated 90% plus of potential partners. I'm an older woman and see a lot of guys my age trying to look European by wearing a scarf or fedora. Just no. I'm Italian. I know two men who wear a scarf and a fedora as a signature. They both describe it as a New Yorker look. That's hilarious. Full head of hair. I'm so sorry. Hot baldies. I need something to grab. Grab the ears. I'd give it constitutes a shallow boot. I no longer date men who are still friends with their exes. You can be on good, cordial terms, and if there's co-parenting, okay, fine, but it's come to be problematic literally every time in my experience, so I fully don't fuck with it anymore. I'm not in the dating pool these days, but my shallow thing is that I don't like even a single mole-y beauty mark near the mouth of a woman. It's a complete deal breaker for me. I realize that is ridiculous and I accept any and all admonishment I may receive for it, but I can't help it. Edit. I genuinely thought this was something I was alone in and would get a ton of shit for. Thanks for making me feel better about this. Edit number 2. Under the mouth is usually okay, above is not.